What is up, good people? What is up? How's everybody doing out there? I hope that everyone is doing well and fine and all that. So I got a request, and I do appreciate the request. Lets me know what people want to talk about. So you can request. It's becoming more of a dating relationship advice channel, which is fine. But I also want to talk about, self-improvement as well. So self-improvement, dating, relationships, I'm here for it. I'm here for you. All right. So this guy's in a hurry. So let's get into it. So I got a request about dating and relationships. So there's like 3 different ones, and I'm going to combine them into one. One is about situationships, my thoughts about situationships, my thoughts on the 3-month rule or 90-day rule, I guess, and thoughts on single by choice. So I'm going to handle all of those in one video. So because I don't think you want to hear me drone on about situationships. So we're going to talk about them. So first, let's talk about single by choice, and let's talk about getting into the dating market, right? So getting into the dating market, right, and this whole idea about single by choice. This definitely would not take 20 minutes. Listen, people, it's just a coping mechanism. People have not met the person that they want. That's the reason that anybody's single. They have not met the person that they want and then who wants them just as equally, just as badly as they want them. And that's important because you can't just be with somebody because they're paying bills or because their sex is good or because they look good or because whatever, or selfish, intent behind it. You got to have something really that's going to last, be lasting, in common, goal-oriented, yada, 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 right? So all that is important. So you just haven't met that person. So when somebody says I'm single by choice, all they mean is I haven't met anyone who wants me as bad as I want them. So going on with that, with the same theme, single by choice, a lot of times, these ladies, maybe this I can make it 20 minutes. So a lot of times these ladies can make, dating difficult because their standards have been raised. I've talked about that. A lot of other people have talked about that. Their standards have been raised, and you're pricing yourself out. And most importantly, you're single because your standards are so high, and the people who want you, you don't want. The people who want you, you don't want. And so, you got to stop with this, a certain type, and you got to be tall, dark, handsome, this type stuff, right? You got to go where you appreciate it and go with people who like you. So if you're a woman, a successful woman, or whatever it is, and you got these standards, you don't think you should settle, then, okay, then you're single by choice. Okay. But I guarantee you that if somebody came along who was exactly your type and fit every box, ticked every box that you have, I guarantee you your choice would be in a relationship by choice. So that's my thoughts about single by choice. I think it's a coping mechanism because they have a problem with accountability, have a problem with admitting that the people that they want or the relationships that they want don't want them. There's plenty of people that say, I could be married right now, I could be this, I could be that, but you don't want them. You don't want them. And I'm not saying that you should want them, but I am saying you should be honest with yourself and just say, listen, I haven't met the person for me. And I think that's I think that comes out better because single by choice, what are we talking about? We know what you're saying. You're saying that the people that you want don't want you. Okay. So let's just say we get into relationships. What's the next one? I gotta try to remember the next one. I didn't write this down. I'm kind of just doing off of memory. So you get into a relationship. Oh, so let's go to situationships, right? Before we get into full-blown relationships. Situationships. It's all confusing. I talked about this before, my ideas about situationships, and are we talking? Are we in a situationship, right? Friends with benefits. What are we doing, right? And listen, I've had this conversation. A friend of mine had a podcast before. We talked about it. This friends with benefits thing, and it's destroying relationships. I think that we have to come to a consensus that This is going to sting, because I know a lot of ladies listen. But women have destroyed relationships. Modern women have destroyed relationships. The fact that you, quote unquote, give the milk away for free, that you enter into situationships where you don't know what's going on, and you sleep with someone, you give them your best years, your body, you give them children. You have destroyed relationships. There's no reason for a man to get into a relationship. There's no reason for it. You want to give yourself to the top chads. Going back, linking this back to the first point, you want to give yourself to the top Pookies, Chads, Tyrones, and Pookies and Ray Rays are I would consider persons of lower quality. Shout out to the Pookies and Ray Rays, if you know. I know a couple of Pookies and Ray Rays. Not all of them are bums, right? But the Chads and the Tyrones, right? These guys have it going on, and they don't want a relationship. They don't want a relationship. Why should I be in a relationship when I can screw you today and screw her tomorrow, and then screw your sister because she is engaging in pre-mate selection, and she wants to because she sees everybody else wants me, she wants me too. So why should I settle down? And now you deal with this guy, right? And he does it real good, right? You know, he bangs you down real good, you know. Why should he? And now you think that your level is above where it was. You really should be dating, you know, on a numerical scale. Some of these are 6 or 7. You know, roughly average 5, 6, 7. You know, you should be dating that type of person. But because you got with a 9 or 10, you know, the top whatever. Now you think that at your level, and it's not. It's not. I played the video. You know, go back and watch my breakdown of Auntie Anita's video. Guys will sleep with you, but they're not wifing you up. You can't even get relationships. So you enter into situationships. I don't know what we're doing. I'm still sleeping with you, but I'm still seeing other guys, and you're sleeping with other women. And I got a friend, and he's in a friend zone, but I got another guy who's brings me weed, another guy's buying me food, and another guy's. If you want a relationship, you guys have messed this all up. You guys have gone about this the wrong way. You guys have gone about this the wrong way. It's too bad. It's too bad, because the entire market is broken now because of that. And now you got good guys. I say it's broken because you got good guys who don't want to engage in this. They do not want to engage in this. They do not want to engage in this. You know, speaking of this, I don't know if I can find it, I'll play it. But there's this woman, and I watched this on another guy's platform. There's a woman who's giving the exact wrong advice. She's thinking that men do pre-selection, pre-mate selection. Pre-mate selection says that women look at men and think, okay, other women are around him, so he must have it going on, and I want what other women have. And so she thinks, she's under the assumption that men operate that same way. We don't. Good men who have on their game, on their grind, who have something going on, are not interested in being part of anybody's roster. If we see you with a woman, okay, we might try to steal you away to sleep with you, but don't best believe you are not being wifed up. We are not moving you in. We're not introducing you to our mama. You know, it's not going to happen.
Best way to get a man is if you keep men in rotation. It's just like a job. It's easier to get a job if you already have a job, right? Same thing with energy with men. If you are looking for a relationship, or if you want to be in one, it's important for you to be dating multiple people, or for you to be dating another person, so that that energy is flowing, so that the person that you actually want to be with can feel, oh, she has options. She's not desperate. She is a high value woman. Don't think that just by being single and not having nobody that you're just being super available and that's attractive. It's not. A man only was going to want you if he knows that other men want you.
So listen, this situation thing, you guys got to deal with that. I can tell you all day and night not to do it, but you become, unfortunately, so atavistic, so animalistic, so driven by your pom pom that you can't think straight. Just say what it is, call it what it is. You can't think straight, right? You're so digmatized that you can't think straight. So you allow this situationship, you allow the friends with benefits that goes on for years, in and out. You allow it. So you guys got to fix that. I can't fix that. I don't have the magic bullet for that. I don't have the secret sauce for that. I don't have it. I have a lot of answers, but I don't have that one. You guys got to fix that. You got to come together collectively and say, what have we done? You got to come together and say, what have we done? People don't want to marry us. Our young people don't want to get married. Nobody wants to have kids, right? There's a man crisis. There's a boy crisis, right? We got 40 and 50-year-old men who are still acting like they're in their teens and 20s. They don't want to commit. They don't want long-lasting relationships. And why should they when they get the cow for free? When they get to sleep with us and we don't have any demands from them. Why should they? Tell me why they should. Tell me why they should in the comment section. Why should they do it? Aside from it's the right thing to do. I get to sleep with you and go home. It's crazy. It's crazy. Situationships. Who can tell me what that is? Talking stage. Talking situationships, friend with benefits. It's probably other stuff out there that, we got this. I had something on the tip of my tongue. We got this, arrangement, right? We got this arrangement. We just see each other when we see each other. All right. And listen, that's fine. All that is fine. It's fine if you want to conduct yourself like that. But I'm telling you, when other people enter into those types of relationships, it hurts it for everyone else. It hurts it for everyone else. For the people who actually want a long-lasting relationship. All right. So we dealt with, just to sum up so far, to sum up, the first thing that we dealt with was single by choice. Man, I had a senior moment there. Single by choice. Second thing we brought up was the situationships, right? And how we handle that. So now we're going to delve into and deal with, once you decide what you want to do, right? You want a real relationship, how long between the time that you met somebody and the time that you decide that it's time to allow them access to the goodies. Steve Harvey wrote a book and had a movie, which wasn't bad. And I read the book. I read the book and I watched the movie. It was, it was what it was. I wonder what I would think about it now because, I have a different frame of thinking. I was married when I read the book, so I didn't know what was going on. But I can't, so let's deal with the 3-date rule first, right? The 3-date rule, right? Because the concept is you don't want to waste, a man doesn't want his time being wasted. We're having a hurricane today. I gotta bring stuff in the house. A man doesn't want his time being wasted. So that means that he is concerned about taking you out on dates, the money he's putting out, the time that he's putting out. If I'm spending time with you, I'm not doing my hobbies, I'm not working overtime, I'm not doing whatever it is. I got to entertain you, so I got to do all that. So he's worried about how this is going to come off and be and all that, right? Rightfully so. He's worried about that. So in order to prove to him that you're not wasting his time, the knowledge is, or the theory is that you should give him access to what he came here for, right? It's that time. It's time for a session. So should you do it? Listen, that's up to you. I mean, I understand both. I really do understand both sides of the equation. I understand both sides of it. Right. So the first thing you got to consider is, is this a man? Is this man somebody you really could consider yourself building a life with? You really got to ask yourself that. Is this somebody you can consider building your life with? Right. Um, is this somebody you can consider building your life with? Is it going to go anywhere long term? You got to consider all that. And if it's not, then the question is, why are you going on a third date with him? Right? So the stages should be really, we talk on the phone. Here's how the dating situation should go. You talk on the phone or video chat. I video chat, right? First time it's got to be a video chat. I got to make sure I'm not being catfished, right? Unless I see you in a grocery store or something like that, right? But if you meet somebody online, you got to video chat, right? And if somebody doesn't want a video chat, then okay, we don't have nothing else to talk about. So we do the video chat thing. Talk for a week or two, maybe week 10 days, whatever. And then, okay, I want to make sure that I want to take you out and spend time with you, right? And as I said, first date's got to be, something inexpensive, walk in the park, coffee, ice cream. I would say maybe a slice of pizza, go to a local pizza shop, whatever. Okay, whatever. That's first date, right? Second date. Now, after the first date, you're still talking on the phone, text messaging, all that, whatever you're into. You're still engaging in that type of behavior. You're still doing that. Then, after that, you set up the second date. Second date, maybe you can get a little fancier. We go out to quote unquote a chain restaurant. We go bowling. We go mini golf. Whatever, whatever. Something pretty good, right? Still getting to know each other. This time when I'm talking to you, now we're talking about something a little bit more deep. I see how you interact with other people. Right? I see how you are really paying more attention, I should say, to how you interact with people, how we order food, how you treat the waiter, maybe a little bit more probing questions. And yes, guys, you should be asking questions. You should not let a woman do all the talking, right? Asking about myself, all this kind of stuff, right? Quote unquote game. Now, after the second date, again, now you're talking again. Now you are continuing with the text messages, however it is you decide to communicate. And in this time, you're looking for consistency, how people treat each other, and all that type of stuff, right? Those are things you're looking for. Now comes around the third date. The dilemma for women is, right, you want to make sure that you're not giving yourself too quickly. You want to make sure that the guy's going to stick around after you give him the goods. But the other side of the coin is the guy wants to make sure I paid for 2 dates. And if you want to pay as a woman, okay, that's fine. But here's where the dilemma comes in, and here's where everything gets funky, and here's where we got to enter into this new modern dating stage. You got to figure out, what's going on and how we're going to navigate this minefield that we call dating. So you got to figure all that out. So now by the third date, he might be expecting something. Maybe this is something he's talked about in the time that you guys have been talking and texting. And yes, I think that there's nothing wrong with asking a question. I had to give blood today. Well, I had to get some blood work done today. So you had to ask the question. You got to ask the question about sex, sexuality. You should ask those questions, right? I know that this may be a turnout to some ladies, and I know it was in the comments. I'm going to say it again. I think, from a perspective, even sometimes with the ladies, right? Some ladies are like, listen, let's get this out the way, right? I need to know that you are of quality, back-breaking material. Let's just say, ladies need to know that, right? And the guy wants to know that too. Are you sexually active? How's this going? Or is it going to work, right? And if you can ask questions about the man's finances, his background, his parentage, does he have diseases? What kind of cars? Where does he live? Why his last relationship didn't work? How come you're single? How long since you've been? These are all probing questions. And so the next similar vein, maybe a little bit deeper. Yes, a little bit deeper. But okay, are you sexually active? Right? How's it going to be? How's that going to work? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So you have to decide how that's going to work. Now, 3 dates can be 3 weeks. 3 dates can be, every weekend you see somebody. 3 dates can be I see you on Monday for ice cream. We had such a good time. We go out to lunch tomorrow, and then dinner on Wednesday. Is it time to do the do? I would say no, but that's a 3-date rule, right? So from there we get to the 3-month rule, right? So this is all things you have to consider. Now, if it's a 3-month rule, 90-day rule or whatever, if it's a 90-day rule, then you have to, how often are you seeing each other? How often are you texting each other? How often are you calling each other? How often are you video chatting each other? And what is it like? And I would assume that after a month, if you're consistent, and if your idea is to make sure that this guy sticks around after you do the do, then this is why ladies want to hold out. But let's just say, again, I'm trying to approach it from both sides. I don't have a definitive answer. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your own life, but I'm telling you the costs and benefits that you as an adult have to weigh. And if you understand just your point, I want to make sure that this man is going to stick around. He's going to respect me, respect my body, and he's not going to think lesser of me once we do it. Then you also have to understand and respect his time. For 3 months, you want this man to court you. 3 months, you want this man to take you on dates. You want him to, come to your house. You cook him dinner. He's going to come to your house, cook you dinner. Whatever is going to be going on within the 3 months, constant texting, communication, continue looking for consistency. That man wants to know he's not going to waste his time. This is things you got to consider. These are things you really have to consider. You have to consider the man's point of view, because most likely, he is paying for the dates. And yes, to quote Kevin Samuels, in order to make sure that he's not wasting his time, you pay for all the dates until it's time to do the do. You pay for all the dates. And I know that this sounds crazy. Listen, keep watching the video and don't run to the comments. Keep watching the video, don't run to the comments, right? This is where he rubbed people the wrong way. But he's right. He's not wrong. 3 months. I'm taking you to breakfast. 3 months. I'm meeting you for lunch. 3 months. We're going for a walk. 3 months. I'm seeing. And are you seeing other people in this 3 months? Do you have a friend with benefits in that 3 months? Do you have a situationship that you need to end in that 3 months? Do you have it in the 3 dates? Listen, I actually think if you did what I said, what I suggest, you start talking on the phone, you start a video chat for a week or two, make sure that this person is really worth going out on dates with. We have a lot of things in common. They can hold a conversation right before I decide to give them my time, protecting my meat. Right? As Coach Greg Adams says, right? My money, my energy, my attention, and my time. I'm protecting all that. I have 1 date with you. Now we're still talking, right? Now we're going to go out next week. Let's just say we made a date for Friday, right? The first date was a Friday. Monday, Tuesday, we're talking again. By Wednesday, we're like, let's hang out again. Second date is on the next Friday. We do the second date. Still talking. Everything is going good. Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever. By Monday, I think it's appropriate to say how many other people you're seeing, because I want to see you again, and I want to know where this is going. Are you at that? And if you're not willing to cut those people off, if you are not willing to cut those people off, and he or she, the other party, is not willing to cut those people off, then I don't think you should go on the third date. At some point you're wasting time. That's 3 dates. That's potentially 3 weeks. You're wasting time. Listen, I want to see you again. I like your energy. I think we have a good match, and I want to know are you seeing other people in this, that, and the other. That is dating with intention. Same thing for 3 months. Listen, after a certain amount of time, it's like, okay, are you seeing other people? Do you have a situationship? And you gotta ask these questions. Are you seeing anybody else? Are you married? Does anybody think that you're married? Do you live with anyone else? Are you living with your baby's mama? Do you live in your mother's basement? Do you live with your baby's mama but you're not together? Are you sleeping in your car? What other question you got? You gotta ask these questions. Are you in a relationship? Are you in a situationship? Are you have a friends with benefits? Are you somebody else's benefit? You gotta ask these questions. You gotta ask these questions. So, you know, I'm not going to tell you what to do because I think you're an adult, but I am giving you things to think about, and you have to make a conscious decision about yourself. And the most important thing, I think that for a lady, you have to recognize that whether this man is worthy of. And listen, if he's not worthy of your attention and your time, why is he worthy of your body? If you as a woman can't see a man in the long term having children and moving in with this man, why are you giving him access to your body? If you can't see a man as long-term potential, why are you giving him your body? Because there's the risk of STDs, there's the risk of pregnancies. Why are you giving him your body? I'm not saying what is right or wrong. I'm asking you why you're doing it. Because you're just hot in the tail, as the old folks would say, and you just want to this guy is just so good looking, you just want to give it to him. You got to deal with the mental and emotional ramifications from a guy who ghosts you after that. You got to deal with that. You got to live with that, looking silly, looking stupid. Going back to work. What happened with that date last night? Child, let me tell you. He was no good. He was trash. No. You didn't want to listen to Big L. That's what it is. You didn't want to think clearly. And you gave somebody your body, your time, your attention. I gotta edit this out and make sure nothing top secret is on here. You gotta do that. You gotta do that. You gotta do that. So you have to make sure that this person is worthy of your time and your attention and all that kind of stuff, right? So because the man is dating more than likely he is dating trying to get some tail. Now, a man is dating trying to get some tail. Period. Point blank, period. So you have to make a decision as to, is this man worthy of my tail, number one? And number two, what is he willing to do to get it? Whether it's wait 3 weeks, 3 dates, 3 months, or to marriage, is he worthy of that? You got to make that decision. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. You guys created this situation. The reason that 3 months is going on, the reason that 3 weeks is going on is because men don't want their time wasted. I don't want to waste my time for 3 dates. Women back in the days were dating with intention. You met somebody at the local church. Hey, sister so-and-so, there's a guy over here I want you to meet. Oh, hey, how's everything going? He's real nice, right? We go to a couple of dates, right? I'm seeing you. I'm seeing you. You're the only one I'm seeing, right? Couple weeks, okay, we make it official, and then we start after a couple weeks because it was so simpler. Then we just start making wedding plans and all this kind of stuff. I'm not going to go into all the other stuff about why women don't want to do that. The alleged abuse that I'm not convinced was going on as wholesale as people say, but whatever. But now it's vastly more complicated, and so now women are got situated. Listen, I don't like. I have been on dates when women have said, "Listen, I got a friend. Wait a minute, you're out here with me. You got a friend that I'm not paying for this. No, we're good. We're good. They don't want their time wasted. They don't want their time or their money wasted. And that's the boldness. They will tell you that I got something going on because they don't have anything to lose. You can either be down with this or you're not. Either with the program or you're not. As a man, you're either with the program or you're not. So you got to figure it out. You got to figure it out, ladies. You have to hold to your standard. Now, to the question, man, I really like this guy, but if I don't give him what he wants, he's going to get it from somebody else. Man, that's a tough and true dilemma that I really think that men need to consider. And I think that the answer to the question is if he's worth it, he'll wait. If you tell him, listen, it'll be worth the wait. I promise you this. I really like you. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with being transparent. I mean, particularly to a guy who's understanding. But I really want to make sure that once we do this, that you're going to stick around and that I'm going to give myself to you. Tell them, listen, I give myself to you. I love hard, I love strong, and I'm going to give you what it's going to be good. But I got to make sure that you're worthy of it, and you're going to stick around because I'm not easy, I'm not cheap, and my body means something to me. You got to tell them, and a man of value will respect that. He absolutely will respect that. He absolutely will respect that. So, is there a chance? I don't want to get into that. I could go in all different directions, but you have to really kind of just set the standard as to this is my body, and I want to honor it as a temple, or give it to him after 3 weeks, or give him after 3 dates, or 3 months, or hold fast to the rule, or whatever, you know, hold fast to it. But whatever you're gonna do, you got to hold fast to it. You got to make a decision. Uncle L, I can't call myself that. I can't. A friend of mine told me never call myself Uncle L because of Cool J. Big L is telling you, you got to make a decision. You got to hold fast to it. And I think that I do think that we ought to bring shame back. I think that we ought to bring back, society. We got to change these societal norms. You know, feminism, birth control, baby deletions. They have totally destroyed. They have totally destroyed the whole dating market. Absolutely. Out there in the world, right? Dressing how you want, sleeping with who you want, thinking you're up here, thinking you're up here when you're really down here, but sleeping up here. Now this guy who's on your level is no good. It's all a problem. Having situationships, I don't need to commit. I can do this, I can do that. Situationships, hookup culture. Hookup culture. That was the other one. Hookup culture. Just getting on apps, just hooking up for the night. That can't be good. That can't. If I can find a clip, there's a woman who's a boss chick. I'll look for it. There's a woman who's a boss chick who regrets that. She's like, she basically said, I want to act like men and just sleep around, and now I feel all used up. She was a boss chick, right? I can just sleep around and stuff. That hookup culture can't be good. It can't be good. This is really, really long. Hookup culture has told women you can go out there and sleep with men, but we know anatomically, physiologically, that women 70% of the time don't have the big O from vaginal intercourse. So you hook up with somebody, you're 70% of the time, statistically, you're not getting your needs really, really met. And that's why when they do, it's a lot of information I'm giving. That's when they do penis size surveys, right? Right. For the one night stands, they want bigger ones, right? Versus the husband or boyfriend dick. They right, those can be a little bit smaller, not small, but smaller, right? They don't got to be these huge mammoths, right? Because they can't take that every single day. So you gotta, and how is that? How, I don't understand from a woman. I'm not a woman, but from a woman's perspective, you gotta have all this foreplay, interaction, connection, to have the big O. How are you getting that from a one night stand from somebody you just never met? Are you tricking your mind? I don't. And if the answer is, well, I'm not gonna get too graphic. I'm touching myself. I'm touching myself over. Then what is the guy for? I mean, just to say you did it, just because this guy is handsome. I'll call my daughter back. So let me leave this off because I gotta call my daughter back. So listen, this is just my thoughts about it. You guys gotta consider this. You guys gotta figure it out. I think it gave you a lot of information here, probably too much information. I still want this to be monetized. So hit me up in the comments. We'll keep the conversation going. So much love and peace, everyone.